Welcome to this episode of C4NPR Chats. I'm Heather Bradley. I'm the director of the Center for Nonprofit Resources, and I recently had the chance to sit down and have a chat with Mike George, the Vice President of Philanthropic Services at the Greater Toledo Community Foundation. Before we go and join Mike, I just wanted to let you know, if you didn't catch it, in a previous episode, we sat down with Patrick Johnston, the Senior Program Officer at the Foundation, and he explained the COVID-19 Response Fund in detail. I put the link below this video so you can find it easily. I also want to take just a moment to acknowledge all of the nonprofit leaders out in our community doing such an amazing job to adjust to such challenging circumstances. Whether you're part of an organization whose mission never stopped and you got busier, or you're leading an organization to stand back up now that the government is changing the stay-at-home orders and conditions, or you're trying to figure out what the next path is for your organization, we want to acknowledge all of you for your hard work and what you're doing for our community. Now let's join Mike for his update. So Mike, what impact has COVID-19 had on the needs of our community?
Well, the impact has been great. As many of you know, COVID-19 has particularly impacted our nonprofit community. And when we look at a response to the COVID-19 pandemic, we really should look at it as short-term, mid-term, and long-term. And we at the foundation are looking at it that way too. Hence, we set up the COVID-19 Response Fund, which will deal with the pandemic response through all those terms.
Great. How can members of our community get involved?
Members of our community can get involved by either supporting one of the funds at the Greater Toledo Community Foundation, or when the time is appropriate, volunteering at their local nonprofit. It's going to be very important for us to realize that the nonprofits are on the front line and have to deal with a lot of different situations that are very fluid. So the support we can provide them, whether it's financially or when the time is appropriate physically, will be great.
And where can members of our community get information about the impact of the Greater Toledo Community Foundation's pandemic response?
Sure. They can do it through several ways. One is, of course, to stay informed with the media. Another way that you can do it is by going to www.toledocf.org, click on donate, and you'll see some options to donate, but you'll also see some listings of the grants we've made. We've made quite a few grants to quite a few organizations. However, the money we have raised does not cover all the grants we need and can do for our community. So we continue to work with individuals and corporations to fund the fund, and also to look to those nonprofits as recipients of those funds and getting the work done that they need to get done.
Great. Is there anything else that you think members of our community need to know right now?
Much different than a catastrophe, which is isolated to one part of a community, wherever it's at. This pandemic, by definition of its word, is worldwide. So really we're in new waters here. We realize not only is it impacting Toledo, Lucas County, Wood County, Ottawa County, all of Ohio, Midwest, but indeed the entire world. So the scope can be overwhelming. But what we have to realize is that when we look at it locally, what can I do here? What can we do here? That's what a community foundation does best. We'll help guide you, make your decisions about philanthropy and how you want to engage in the community. So use us as a resource. That's what we're here for. And we can help you. And we want to thank you for thinking of us during this time.
I want to thank Mike for taking a few minutes to give us an update on the COVID-19 Response Fund. As Mike mentioned, you can get all the details at their website, toledocf.org. I hope to connect with you at a future episode.